let's invite him up with a big round of applause so we can give his 30-minute presentation on how to give a evaluation.
Yeah. Tonight's session will be quite interesting because I noticed that in the past months, every time after the project speakers come out, someone will evaluate. But do you know exactly how to evaluate and what to evaluate? Today I make it very, very simple, simplified thing. The problem is I just had a cataract operation and I cannot, the light cannot touch my eyes, right? So I will be standing out here or some other places. Anyway, I am not important. What is important is the screen. The screen is more important than me, so I'm only just the moderator behind the screen, right? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, this is me. Never wrote a song for me for my introduction.
Anyone?
Can you off this light? Yeah, what is that?
Okay.
Can you?
That's right. Alright.
Okay, as you can see, this is my name. Spanish, American. When a Spanish makes love with an American, you get Chinese, alright? Chinese are paid. Sorry, sir. Oh, give it here. I, as a human being, I have my flaws, so please accept my flaws. I'm known by 3 names. This is a long name and people complain about my name. Therefore, I have to shorten my name a little bit and I'm known as F Young. It's a clean word, right? But most of my friends don't even want to call me F Young, they call me FY. That's my initial. If you can solve what is FY, you are smart. Okay. Now, I want everybody to read this as a prayer before we start. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Dear God, we are gathered here for the why, what, and how of speech liberation. Please help us to say the way throughout this presentation. Thank you.
After this one, nobody will fall asleep. I assure you, because you prayed and God is with you. Are you ready?
Yes.
For evaluations, now I want to do something different. After the speaker speak, the evaluator will come out, right? And after that, I will come out. And I want all of you to give your idea, based on what we have learned today, your contribution for the speech. Alright?
Right.
It's not difficult. Okay, there are 3 methods to do evaluation. Number 1, this is the most common one, is the guide. It means after you speak, the evaluator will come and give you some feedback and it's done. This is done because it's club setting and it's only given like 3 minutes. You don't have a lot of time. This is the most common one and we will follow this one today. The second one is the counselor. Here, the counselor. That means after the speaking, you will sit down and chit-chat again, one-on-one. Not in front of everybody, one-on-one, just to talk about it. Evaluate, right? The third one is the coach. Coach, you make sure you guide the speaker all the way so that he will do his next speech. If the speaker will not do another speech, that means the evaluator has failed. He's very discouraged. These are the 3 methods. We will use the first one for tonight's practical. Right. Now, why do we need evaluation for a speech? What is the objective? If you can answer the question, you get a free ticket to London by 737 MAX. Okay? Really free ticket. When you go cargo, yeah? Why? What's the objective of evaluation? Please tell me. Just guess. I'm not looking for the right answer. I'm looking for someone who's daring to try. In front of the line. Why? What's the objective? Evaluation. You know, objective.
To find out what?
What?
I know what.
How you can do it better?
Okay, well, see, to give feedback, to help the speaker be more effective. This is the objective for evaluation. Right? Simple as that. Yes or no?
Yes.
Simple as that. Just to give feedback so he become better next time. Now, the evaluator's job will be this. To give feedback on parts he did well. Number 1, he did well. Number 2, rooms for improvement. Yes? Number 3 is encourage him about self-esteem. Carry on. There are 3 parts here. You better remember because the president is going to ask you. At the end of the night, he will ask you what are the 3 parts. So, one is feedback. Second one,
Improvement.
improvement. Here's improvement. Third one, right. If you cannot remember anything I say, this is the only thing you need to remember. Okay, to focus that the feedback is received positively and acted upon. This is the most important word for the whole evening, for the 30 minutes. Okay? Can you remember? I'm just going to ask you a question. Your role as an evaluator, there are 3 roles for you. Number 1, as a motivator. You motivate the speaker to ignite fire within him. Number 2, to coach as a coach, to show the speaker specifically what can be done to improve. Okay? This is the objective. Number 3 is as a mentor to what it takes to get him to do his next speech. The speaker does not do the next speech, okay. Now, what to evaluate is a very good thing. Because when you come out here to evaluate, you don't know really what to talk about the speech, right? I give you all the areas you need to evaluate. Like making a cake, you need all the ingredients, right? All the proper ingredients to make a cheesecake, to make a durian cake or whatever, you need all the ingredients. So these are exactly all the things you need to evaluate. Number 1 is the topic relevancy. Is the topic relevant to the audience? One topic you may be your pet subject, but nobody understands. How to fly to the moon, how to make a rocket, nobody will understand. That topic may not be relevant for this crowd. So number 1, you have to evaluate when you come out here whether the topic is relevant to the crowd or not. So number 1. Number 2, the speech organization. Every speech must have an organization. We'll talk about that. I'll show you all the way how to do it. Organization means always open with a opening, body and conclusion. How is that to be done? Number 3, you need to evaluate is the vocal variety. Are there ups and downs, highs and lows, pauses, all this, right? You need vocal variety. If you stand here and speak, last night I went to the tree, by the time you turn back, everybody's sleeping. So you need vocal to excite the crowd. Yes, sir?
Yes.
Right. Number 4, body language. What is body language? We explain to you. Number 5, engagement. What is engagement? You have to engage your audience. You have to ask them questions, they will ask you questions. You engage like you are speaking to each other. Even the crowd is more than 30, 40, 500, even 500 people. Okay, you need to engage the crowd. Number 6, rhetoric. Rhetoric are the beautiful uses of words. Beautiful use of the English language. Which sometimes we are not used to using rhetoric. Example, it's raining very heavily. So common. You say it's raining cats and dogs. So that's what we paint the pictures. Good. Now optional is visual aids. Some people come without visual aids, some people do with visual aids. So if they use visual aids, either objects or slides, you have to evaluate on the visual aids. You must visual, okay? You have to evaluate on the visual aids. We tell you how to do. And speech objectives. Every speech should have an objective. Why are you speaking? For what purpose? Right? So these are all the 8 things. You stand here as an evaluator, you evaluate all these 8. Are you clear?
Yes.
Okay. Better take a picture of this because this can use forever. These are all the things you need to do. Okay, number 1. Topic relevancy. Why you need the topic to be relevant? Because the audience is going to be comfortable with what you are speaking. Topic relevancy means you need this topic to connect the audience. Like just now Jason was speaking about stem cell earlier part, wow, everybody was so engrossed, right? Because he speaks with excitement and everybody wants to know how to be younger, stronger, whatever. So the relevant topic will make you connect the audience. Examples of topics that you can connect the audience is talk about life moments. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 6. Everybody will go through these wonderful moments of life, disastrous, unexpected moments. You know, every one of us will have gone through this. So when you speak about this, the audience will understand. This is a very safe topic. We talk about life. Monica? Okay. You have an idea? If you really don't know what to choose for meeting, choose what to take. Very simple. You can ask me any questions, okay? Any question you can raise your hand. What is speech organization? Why we need a speech organization? When you evaluate, you must evaluate the speaker's speech organization. It helps audience to understand easily. This is captivating opening. The moment you are here, the moment you speak, like Jason opened his mouth, everybody wants to listen to him. Captivating opening. Body of contents. This is the main part of the speech, the body of contents. But advisable to use only 3 points because it's only 5 to 7 minutes. You can't say yoga is 7 benefits. You know, you start 1, 2, 3, it's already great. So use only 3 advisable. Strong conclusion. You need a very strong conclusion, call for action. Okay? We'll go through other then. Use transitions. When you write a story, you have paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But when you speak, you don't know you are speaking paragraph 1, 2, or 3, or 4. So anytime you change the paragraph, you use transitions. So what are transitions? These are transitions. Okay, support the point. All the body points must be supported. You cannot say, it's very good to save money, full stop, 1 point. No. Tell us why is it good? Benefits. So you can use any of these to support the point. This is a very, very great variety already. Most people use only the same thing, 1 or 2, tell a story, put a picture, something like that. But there are a lot of ways you can support points of the body. Transitional words and phrases. How you translate. Okay, all these are transition. You see? First, my first point, blah, 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 blah. My next point, da, 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 da. And finally, my third point, da, 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 da. See, you translate. So people know that this is the first point, second point, third point. You know what I mean? Okay. As a result, all these are transitional words and phrases. So each time you change the point, you use one of these. So we know you're changing the point. So far, so good? Hello? So far, so good. You use this up and you read. What is vocal variety? Vocal is all about the voice. The rate is 160 words per minute, like I'm speaking now. But if you're very excited, then it's like 250 words per minute, right? Or if you're telling a very sad story, like this guy, my father, down to 80 words per minute. He was crying. So that's emotion. So depends, the normal rate is 160 words per minute. Pauses, you need to have pauses. Because when you ask a question, you must pause. After asking a question, you must pause. So that the audience can think about it, singing it, right? Pauses are very important. The volume, the highs and the low. Sometimes exciting, very loud, other than down, stop. So the volume will keep the audience awake. Pitch, the highs and the low. Emphasis. Look at the sentence, I love you. I love you. Or you can say, I love you. The third one is, I love you. So, one word can be emphasized because that is the point you want to project, right? Tone variation means you vary your voice. We will show you an example now. Okay, emphasize, express, excite, and animate. Animation. Your father, you are telling a story about, hi son, take your food. Yes, daddy, I'm taking now. So you have animation. Right? In those pauses you will know. These are animation, okay? Say it like you mean it, exactly like you mean it. And then use voice to transfer emotion. Voice. You can translate emotion. It can be you laugh, can be you cry, can be you sad, can be you go. Because it's the voice, the tone of the voice, right? Now body, I have to go fast because it's only given 30 minutes to run through the whole thing. Okay, if it's like 1 hour, then we can elaborate more, but this I have to run through. Okay? Body language consists of facial expression when you are here. When you're telling a sad story, your face must be sad. You cannot say, my father died. That's not sad. So you have to show your facial expression according to what you're saying. Hand gestures. Okay? I was there, how are you? Instead of saying, how are you? Standing right. You use stand gesture, posture, the way you stand. Okay. Body movement. Some people speak, when they speak, they always, then they tell a story, they walk here, they keep on walking. It's very distractive. So you only stand straight, speak. When you change another point, you may move one step, so you know they are changing the point. And then another step, that's how you will know that you are changing the paragraph, changing the point. So, eye contact, look at somebody speak, and then move on, and then move on. Okay? Probably first point, you want to look at somebody here. Second point, look at somebody in the middle. Third, look at somebody on the right side. So you need eye contact. Okay. You smile, make your face pleasant. I try to. And composure is whether you're nervous or not. Some people speak quite nervous. The audience can detect. But that is due to inexperience or less composed. That's okay. As you are learning, you'll be more composed. So this is body language. Why we need body language? What's the purpose of using body language? One, holds the audience's attention. When you're moving, instead of standing still, you're moving, they will look at you, hold their attention, act on your speech. I flew to London. It's not that I flew to London, doesn't mean anything. So I flew to London, you act it out. And thirdly, conveys confidence and enthusiasm. As a speaker, you have to be confident. How to be confident? Use body language to portray. This is how we act confident, right? Engage, engage, engage the audience. This is what I'm saying to you about. If you speak here and you do not engage the audience, you speak by yourself, and then the audience will speak among themselves. They don't care what you're talking because you cannot engage them. So how to engage them is check. Is to check whether are you listening to me or not. Check. How to do that? How do I check whether you are listening to me or not? How do I know you understand what I say? How? Yeah, I ask question. You need to answer, right? The questioning technique is very, very important. Learn how to engage by using open and close-ended questions. You know what's open-ended question? What's open-ended question? Open-ended.
It does not allow you to say yes or no.
Yeah. Close-ended means yes or no.
Yes.
Have you taken your lunch? Just answer yes or no. I'm not interested in what you eat. Okay. If I ask you, what do you eat for lunch? Oh, this is what I eat. I eat char kway teow with chili, with cockle, and you can talk a lot more. So this is the one you have to master. Open or close-ended questions. That is for engaging the audience a lot. If you speak like for 4 or 5 minutes without asking questions, you're dead. Because you would not know whether they are really following you or not. You know what I mean? So therefore, check again, check again, check again. Keep on checking. Even if they give the wrong answer, is okay. As long as you are engaging them. Sometimes you may not get the right answer, but that's okay. Right? So engage the audience. And a good speaker always doesn't give the right answer. Give it the right question. If you ask the right question, you will get the right answer. Yes? Yes or no? Yes?
Yes.
So you must always ask the right question. And the questions usually is easier if you ask the close-ended question. Yes, no, finish. It's very easy. This, you have to make it a habit. You know, as you're speaking more and more times, it becomes a habit in you. So every time you know, you have to check. No, you have to check. Check. When checking. Okay. Rhetoric. My favorite song. As you can see, when I introduced this section, I put song. Not the whole song. Last time one girl was speaking, she played the whole song 4 minutes, and she only had 3 minutes left to speak. No, I just put 3 words, 4 lines, whatever. These words, okay? Words are mightier than the sword. The words can make you cry, can make you laugh, can make you sad, can make you think. A lot of things the words can do, but you need to use the right words. So what are rhetoric? Rhetoric are devices that will paint your pictures beautifully. We'll give you some examples. How to paint pictures. If you do painting, you need brushes and colors, right? but in words, you can paint in your speech. Rhetoric are all these power of three, triads, adjectives, rhymes, and all that. All these, you can have a session on this, probably, I think 1 hour to run through all this, but give an idea that these are rhetoric that you can use in speeches to make it more beautiful. I can give you some examples. Yes?
Power of three, I want to know what it is.
Power of three. I come, I see, I conquer. Power of three. Are you lonely? Are you sad? Are you
Miserable.
okay? Miserable. So three in a set of three. Are you? All right.
What's the difference between the power of three and the triads?
It's the same. Yeah. Power of three. Yeah. You can use words also. Alright, so this one we cannot spend much time because there's not much here to say. But rhetoric, I give you samples which you can use. There are thousands of rhetoric. Right? Instead of saying many people apply for the job, you can say a flood of applicants. Right? Is it nice enough? Sound nicer to the ear? Okay, calm, confident composition like power of three. Love is blind. Can love be very blind? Love actually cannot see, it's a feeling. But you use love is blind. People use love is blind all the time. So these are all words that to paint your speeches. Okay, sparkling eyes. Each eye is sparkling. All the eyes are the same. But when you're in love, the guy's eyes is always sparkling, right? You sparkle like a diamond, right? So this is how you use words, okay? You know what's butterfingers?
Yes.
Butterfingers.
You usually drop the stuff.
Clumsy.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't say you're so clumsy. You have butterfingers. So you see the words are, the meaning is the same, but use different words. That's how you make the speeches beautiful. What about pretty ugly? This is oxymoron. Pretty and ugly. Pretty, ugly, opposite words, right? When you put together, pretty ugly. That means so ugly. So these are words you can use. It's very important, you know. You buy a $30,000 handbag. Very expensive, right? You say, I paid an arm and a leg for this handbag. So people go, oh, it's so beautiful. So, in your time, if you read a lot more, you can find out where are the beautiful words, keep it and use for your speeches. In your evaluation later, when the speaker speak, right, please go and pick up which are the nice words to use. Then you can give it back to the speaker. Visual aids. This is one segment I find many people do not really know how to use visual aids. Really. I will teach you how to use. Number one, the words has to be big. You see, you are given one whole page, right? Some people use only one small part of it for the whole page. I don't know why. It's a whole page, you see. From afar, you can see so nice, beautiful, right? Yes or no? The words must be big enough so the blind man can see. Don't need stem cells. So, an example of how to use, appreciate how to use. If you went to a remote country and you stayed in a very remote part, in a hotel and all that, you come back, you have to tell us where you stay and how the place is. In 1,000 words, nobody can understand you. You going around the statement. All you need is do. You see, during my last holiday, my hotel was here. I stayed in this place. And this was the town or the village we stayed. So with one picture like that, you save 3-4 minutes just to describe the place. Just show this to you as a thing, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay.
Right.
So use visual aids to complement your speech, not to drown your speech. For a 5 to 7 minute speech, try to use only 3, maximum 3. 3 slides.
Fernando, I noticed your hotel, instead of having cars, they park boats on the road. Why like that?
Because no car. Oh, this one because they are not using the boat, so they park there. Anyway, this is not my hotel. This is not my hotel. I'm just giving an example.
Oh, I thought you said that. Why they?
I can explain. Because there are no cars allowed in that area.
Only for Italy, you know, Quince. Yeah. Five villages, no cars.
This is a picture I pick up, and I think it's very useful if you're doing a speech to tell people where you went the last time and something like that. You show a picture, everybody understands, then you can move on already.
No cars.
Okay? You can move on straight away instead of spending so many minutes trying to explain. This one, I want you to give me the feedback. Many times I see this sort of slides in a meeting. Okay? The story is very interesting. I should not use this story because you are distracted. You are distracted, totally distracted. Now, what is wrong when you use this sort of slides?
Nobody read the message.
What's wrong? Tell me. Huh? Too wordy. This part, right? When you put this on the screen, everybody here will try to read all these words, which is almost impossible to read. It takes many minutes even to read it, right? So what you need to do is, you have to put this on the screen. What you really need to do is, you summarize. Alright? The whole thing here, you read, you summarize. Easy. Get it? You summarize. A married man, this is a long story. He has got 3 children, finally with this thing grown up. They found that all the 3 children are not his children. 2 of them belong to one thing. Now they can check because there's DNA, right? So, you want to make a story interesting. This is a good story, very nice story, people listen. But don't put this part in there. You can put there, but you summarize it. Once people look at this, they don't need to read because they don't know what is this story about. Okay? This is very important in your presentation. Let me tell you, it's very important. And the big mistake is people put the whole page of small words. I don't know why. Whatever you put on the screen, people must be able to read and get the gist of it. Whatever word you put there, people cannot read, cannot understand, it's no use, it's waste of time. Right? You can also use video and audio to transfer emotion. And this is really approved by the Toastmasters. This is the magazine 2015. There was an article to say that this is the best way to communicate emotion. But again, very few people use, hardly anybody use this way. Probably it's too troublesome to cut the video because usually videos are 5-10 minutes. You have to cut it to like 20 seconds, 15 seconds to get the message across. Let me give you a sample. Okay. This is video, right?
Pumping.
Like 15 seconds, done. Okay. Even to put across a point about a monkey laughing. What's a monkey laughing like? This one would transfer the emotion to you. 15 seconds. So you can be here, you can be like monkey, right? You know what I mean now?
Right.
Okay, you cut the video, very short one, to support the point. Every time you use slides, number one is test the projector before the meeting. We came early, we tested, right? 6 o'clock we tested, it works. So number one is test, because the worst problem is when you want to start and everything doesn't work. It's always like that, I don't know why. Right, number one. Number two, switch off the front lights. Thank you for reminding me, front lights. Unless the resolution of your projector is very strong, then it's different. Someone will even have to switch off the room. Okay, switch off the front lights. Number three, use a clicker and a pointer. This is very important when you're using slides. What I see many people do is they come without a clicker and their friend is sitting at the side controlling the laptop. So he speaks, next, next, next. Very irritating. You know what I mean? So just control yourself. The other way is you will speak, then you go there. It's you know, all of that is very irritating. So you need this to control. And then you do not go there and point. Because there's a pointer here. Use a pointer. No matter how far you are, you can just point and people can follow you, right? Get it? You never go to the screen and start pointing them. It's very unprofessional, really. The screen pointer, do not block the screen. You see, I never stand inside in between here. Further away, can you see the word size is quite big? Some people put like 20 words in one line and about 20 lines in one page. Focus, don't use. Then handouts after the speech. Before you speak, do not give all your handouts. The moment you give handouts, everybody will start reading, and when you start speaking, nobody will listen to you. Okay? Keep all the handouts. After you finish, then you keep all handout. Okay?
Hold on. Sorry.
Balik.
No.
Maybe about 3 minutes.
Thank you.
Finish? Okay. Speech objectives is you have to understand what is required of the speech. And then the time allotted. Because time cannot necessarily be 5 to 7 minutes, it can be 4 to 6, it can be 7 to 10, 8 to 10 minutes. So you must know the timing and understand the speech. The tip is every time you see the amber card, the yellow card, you have to start concluding already. You cannot give another point or another 2 points. Okay? Once you see the yellow, don't care how many more points you have not done it. In conclusion, you start. Yeah. So what do you evaluate again? Number 1, reading. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4,
Body language, engagement, rhetoric, visual aids,
and finally,
speech objectives.
So every time you come here to evaluate, make sure you have all these. You don't have to go just touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. Okay? Your body language was excellent because you were moving your hand and things like that, finish. The vocal writing was lacking because you were very stiff, monotonous all the way. So that's what you're saying. Okay? So, this is very important. In every speech, the speaker give a summary. Every speaker must give a summary of what he spoke. Must give. Compulsory. Yeah? Number 2, did he get the agreement from you? That what he will tell you or what he sell to you. Number 3 is call for action. Now, in most speeches, persuasive, inspirational, or motivational, you need to call for action. When you finish everything, okay, how do you feel? Do you want to get in the test call? Get call for action. Our points is the good points. Right. Okay, right?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
When you give evaluation, number 1, you start with the good points where you praise. Number 2, you give the growth point where to improve. Right? Third is the great point, the recommendation, what you should do. This. Okay. You can use acronyms to make it easier. Acronym is not, it has to be a word. You can just say the acronym is ZTB. It's not an acronym. You can use either 1, 2, 3 or use an acronym to guide you through your evaluation. Right? Make it easy. Right? You have used 2 part 1. Then the simple thing you should do. Number 3, easy. So use acronym to guide you in your evaluation. Do not use the word fantastic or wonderful as an acronym. Good day. It's really just a 3-letter word to do. Now, in giving feedback, very important, very important. Yeah. Do not use you should have done this, must have said that, and do not use maybe. The moment you use maybe, you lose the authority. After the meeting, maybe we go for a drink. Nobody in the room will know whether you're going for a drink or not because you said maybe. But if you say after the meeting we all go for a drink, you know there will be a drinking session. The moment you use maybe in your evaluation, okay, you can just perhaps you can consider, suggest, I feel it. These are very useful words in evaluation, in feedback. Okay? Good. That one you should have. So summary, overall presentation. Objectives met or not, you have to tell him encouragement. Encourage, huh? Keep on encouraging him. What is encouragement? We follow the right friend, okay, This is encouragement. Whatever you do, sometimes things will not work out. But it's okay, it's okay. Things can go wrong. Never lose hope, keep on trying. This is encouragement. Okay. Speech evaluation is to give positive feedback to the speaker so that he will improve on his next speech. Okay? This is the objective of the speech evaluation. Later on, we'll give everybody a chance to give just one feedback to see whether you learned anything today. Right? Saying no more time for questioning. Sorry.
Shake his hand. Now, I think that was a great topic. I've seen this before. But I'm going to ask you what you thought about the topic. Now, first of all, my question is, what did you like about it? About the presentation today? Come on over. This is body language.
Yes.
What did you like about the presentation today?
What I liked about the presentation was the use of a lot of colors. So it brought out the important points, and there was a lot of images that were used, and some of them, I would say, like the rhetoric, for example, that you said, where you mentioned how words can bring out, paint images in. I mean, that was one thing that captured my attention. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Was anything in this presentation that surprised you or threw you off guard?
Actually, frankly speaking, Fernando has done this so many times in so many different ways that I'm now quite familiar with all of that was there mentioned. I mean, yes. So I kind of remember all of these points in Fernando has brought it out over different times, so I'm quite familiar with it. Yes, that's what I'd like to do.
Now, if you had to give him some advice, what advice would you give him to improve his presentation or the topic in general?
Yes, there's a lot of information here, and it's very interesting and very useful, and there's a lot that can be applied. I find that there is too much information in a way, or maybe we can break it down into areas, and maybe is a word that I'm not supposed to use, I don't know. But then what I would say is maybe, okay, as like for example, let's say if it's evaluating the topic or something, if we could do as a video recording of something that's really happening there, is it possible to connect better, relate better? Is something that's occurred to me.
Okay, now here's my general feedback on it.
Okay.
When he spoke, I look at his topic. His topic was how we do an evaluation, what to say, how we do it, so forth and so forth. And when he started out with the presentation, I was right on target, and he was right on target. But after he got past the beginning, I felt that the presentation was more about speech organization. And I was wondering how come he went off topic, because there's a lot about speech organization. As you notice, that the body was, the speech should be this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, how do I evaluate this? But he didn't fail me. Right in the ending, although I thought the middle was long about speech evaluation, he went back to his topic about this is how you evaluate. And I think he went there because now we know how a speech should be constructed. So now we know what to look for to evaluate it. Now my biggest takeaway of this whole presentation, and I think this is your biggest takeaway as well, was when Fernando had that graphic up here with all those words up here, the millions of words that we couldn't read, and he just had a simple sentence that summarized everything. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, true.
I think that was the best takeaway of the whole presentation. I've never seen that before, but I have seen people with tons of text on there, and like you said, Fernando, I struggle to read it. But that one idea of the whole thing is something that I'm going to walk away with. And I'm sure everyone in this room has other things that they have noticed that has hit their mark. When someone gets a presentation, everyone doesn't get the same message. Everyone takes away something different. That was my takeaway. You have yours. Now we're going